No matter who you are, being in the presence of a kitten will make you smile. See, we all should be fortunate enough to have one. But before we take that life in our hands, we should educate ourselves about kitten care. Let's do it. You are now rocking with the Cool Cats and me, the D.E.V. Whether you're adopting a kitten from a shelter or a breeder, the earliest age is around 10 to 12 weeks old. It's the safest time in their development to break them away from their mom and their siblings. And before you bring any kitten home, it's very important to kitten-proof your house. Here's a short list of things to consider. Choose a quiet room away from other family and pets for your kitten to adjust to their new home. In this room, be sure to have food, water, a litter box, and a few simple toys. When you bring them home in that carrier, place them in this room and gradually open the carrier and allow them to come out in their own time. A kitten can take up to 2 weeks to adjust fully, so introduce them to family members slowly and one at a time. Your other cats and dogs will sniff out this kitten immediately, but introduce the kitten on their own turf. Don't let them have free run of the house because that's your dog or cat's territory. Make sure to introduce other cats while you observe closely. If they start hissing and carrying on, separate them and try again in another day or two. And be sure to reinforce all good behavior during this time with treats. Once the kitten begins to explore, let them do so one room at a time. Place their carrier in the room they're investigating in case they get nervous and need to retreat. Eventually, it'll be flowing along. But here's something else that's important. It's smart to pre-schedule a vet visit prior to bringing your kitten home so that they are checked a few days after their arrival. A vet will check for diseases and give them all of the necessary shots and vaccinations. They will also determine the best time to spay or neuter. Y'all know you need to spay and neuter, right? Now let's touch on some other things that they're going to need. Litter boxes. Of course, your kitten is going to need litter boxes. If this is your only feline, you will still need 2 litter boxes. If they are joining an existing cat family, be sure to have 1 more litter box than you have cats, and you'll be cool. Why is that? Y'all gonna have to do your own homework if you don't know, but that's the deal. Now, when you have a kitten, they sometimes eat litter, so be sure to have non-clumping litter. There are chemicals in clumping litter that can make any cat sick, but especially a kitten. It could even kill them. Now, a good habit at first is to place your kitten in a litter box after meals until they get the hang of it. But they catch on pretty quick. Kitten food. You can get wet or dry kitten food, or a combination of the two. The most important thing, though, is that the food is specially formulated for kittens in their kitten phase. They need different things in their food that help them grow properly. Mid-range brands and up will provide more complete nutrition. Toys. Kittens play all the time. They do have to hone those hunting skills, right? They also need to burn some of that energy. That's where toys come in. But keep it simple and safe. Interactive toys need to be part of playtime too. It builds your bond together. A feather and string is the CC crew go-to. Scratching post. Cats instinctively need to scratch things to keep their claws in good shape and to express natural behaviors. You want some version of a scratching post in every room if you can, except in the bathroom maybe. This will help to prevent your kitten from scratching other stuff, like your furniture. So when does a kitten stop being a kitten? I mean, when are they actually a cat? Well, technically speaking, a kitten becomes an adult at 1 year old. But y'all know they still be cutting up. Now, it's important to understand when you bring a kitten home that you can't treat them like a cat. Just like a human child, they have different phases of development. Let's talk about that for a minute. Phase 1 of a kitten's life is, let's say, under 8 weeks old. At this early age, a kitten should be with their mother and litter mates. They are too young to even regulate their own body temperature. The kittens in the litter rely on each other's body heat to survive. They are still developing vision and coordination. Phase 2 is, say, 8 to 11 weeks old. Now, kittens are usually weaned around 8 weeks old and should start eating solid foods formulated for a kitten diet. Around this age is when they start developing complex motor skills. You know, running, jumping, playing, and exploring. This is most certainly a fun time, but can also be a dangerous one for them. They should always be supervised. Around 2 to 4 months old is when kittens experience rapid growth, and they also have 3 times more energy than adult cats. I used to feel so bad for Batman and Robin sometimes when Bruhman was a kitten. From 4 to 6 months, kittens are reaching the age of adolescence, also known as sexual maturity. Talk to your vet about having your kitten spayed or neutered before they reach this age. Believe me, you don't want them problems. So after this point, you're home free. From 6 months to a year, you just watch them grow. And if you can survive, you got yourself a cat. Now, hopefully this helps somebody. And I want y'all to remember to treat your animals well. They didn't ask to be there with you, but now all they have is you. Treat them like family. Fam.